What is going on, everybody? Just the Savage here. Welcome back to another Terraria Build A Base video, and today we are going to be building one of the biggest bases I think I have ever tried to build. I think even bigger than Nelson's Sky Temple on his world. Today we are going to be building an air fleet base. Now this isn't just going to be one ship. This is going to be many ships, each ship with its own purpose, with its own design, everything. And I even have like a really cool idea on how you can get to the different ships and stuff like that. And since this is supposed to be an air fleet base, this is going to be built in the sky. So me falling is probably going to be a very high possibility, but as long as I have the Heroes mod enabled, I will not be able to fall that easily, but it's still a possibility. So what I'm going to be working on first is the biggest ship. I think it's going to be the frigate. I do not know the names of every single ship there are in regards to air fleets, but I am going to try my best to make one of the most innovative builds I have ever done for you guys. So as you can see, Nelson has once again gotten himself ready by redecorating himself with some sky blue and silver dye along with his ferry. So let's get started. So I already have him standing on a platinum brick platform, and platinum bricks are going to be used quite a lot in this build. So let's see if you guys can keep up. So first off, I am going to make this thing extremely large. Excuse me, not extremely long. So I'm not going to worry about symmetry for this one. Primarily because ships really don't have that much symmetry. I guess it really depends on what kind of ship it is. But it's going to be having a long runway, and then somewhere along the runway it's going to have an entrance that leads down into the base itself. Now, like I said, this base isn't going to be just one ship. It's going to be a collection of other ships that are flying around the biggest ship, which is the one that I am currently building right now. So I guess the first thing that we need to do is figure out where the entrance is going to be, and I think that this is a good area right here. So, and please do pardon the FPS. For some random reason it is very laggy right now, but I had that same problem back in the previous video, but it doesn't bother me all that much. So we're just going to have the entrance curve in here, and then we're going to make it to player level. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to smooth out these edges to give it more of a curved feel. That is, if I can position him in such a way that I can actually see what I'm doing. So this is actually also going to be highly industrial, and I hate this lag so much. So if it's going to be highly industrial, I do not know how I am going to this is gonna be a really big ship, so it's quite possible that it is gonna have a lot of space. And I thought I brought in some doors. Here, let me type in some doors. Because this is an airship, I want like the doors that kind of look like the doors on submarines, but if they don't have those, that's completely fine. I'll just resort to using iron doors. Here, the steampunk doors, those will work perfectly. So I'm going to put in a steampunk door, and then guys, what I'm going to do is I am going to go down here, and I am going to expand this a little bit more right after I get some platforms, because I always forget those. So I think steampunk platforms will do nicely. So I'm gonna build these, and then I'm actually going to stop recording. I'm gonna do a jump cut, and then I'm going to get this build underway, so we'll see what I come up with. Okay guys, so I think I've finished the base. I'm sorry I didn't show a lot of what I did, but the base actually turned out really well, and my FPS is back to 100. That's great. It was giving me problems the entire time. So I decided to make the main ship a really big residential place. You have your room at the very front. You have your forge, you have your workbench, you have a boiler, you have some storage space, a bed, where you can set your spawn point. In here, because there wasn't enough room to put an anvil, I decided to put the anvil in the adjacent room. But what I tried to do was I tried to make as much living space as I could for NPCs. And then at the very back is another storage room. I was thinking about building a separate ship for a storage room, but I'm not sure. I really don't think I'm going to do that, but I did have an idea to do this. This is like a little medical ship. I was thinking about actually putting the nurse in here. And so, like, if you're ever hurt or something like that, you can come back here and you can get all healed up if you don't have any healing potions. Over here we have a special crafting ship where you can do all of your special crafting if you need to. And then over here, I actually made something a little bit different. I decided to make a little tree farm. So that if you needed wood and you were up here and you needed wood for something like torches or something, you could come over here and get some trees. And then, like I said, I had a creative idea for how to get from ship to ship without having to teleport to them. I made these little makeshift clouds so that you can simply just jump onto them and get to wherever you need to go. And it's all accessible from the main ship. And then I was thinking, you know what, this fleet really isn't all that big. I mean, it only has like a few ships. So what I decided to do was, I decided to get a little creative, and I decided to put a platinum bevel around the edge of this giant lake cloud. And basically, if you would like to, you could come in here, and this would be like your fishing area in the sky. And so I just thought that would have been a really cool addition. Now, to tell you guys the truth, I did not want to spend like all night building this thing. It's already pretty big enough as it is. The hardest part was to build this giant residential ship used to, you know, teleport different people, and I figured trying to build like a ship for a storage ship, it would have been almost as big as this because of how much storage space I would have put in it. But I decided not to do that. So there you go, guys. This is the airfield base. I know it's not all that glamorous. There really isn't a lot to look at. But I was just thinking that maybe it would have been a really good addition to the Let's Build series, and I honestly think I did a pretty good job of it, utilizing the steampunk and the metal and the platinum and just the metal walls, and made it look as industrial as possible. I think I did a really good job of that. In case you guys haven't noticed already, I made sails for the smaller ships so that they could be pushed and they could keep up with the fleet. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video if you have. And please go and like and subscribe. I could really use the support, and I'm also part of a collaboration channel known as the Shoehorn Squad. Link for that channel will be down in the description below. We only have a few videos up, but we are working on that as we speak. And so guys, this is Just the Savage, aka the Spectrum Gamer, and I will see you guys in the next video.